Hi, I'm David Nolan and I want to make a video game. So I've decided to make a dev diary right from the very beginning of this process to try and document the whole experience that I'm about to undertake of going from an absolute novice who knows basically nothing about how to make a video game, hopefully all the way through to having something that is releasable. The quality is to be determined, but I would like to get to that point. I've been interested in video games my whole life, and I've wanted to make a video game for a very long time. I've toyed with some game engines in the past, mostly Unreal Engine I've tinkered with a little bit, never really got very far. I really don't know a lot about how to make a video game, but I know that I want to make one. So for the last few weeks, I've been refreshing myself on how to use Unreal. I've been watching some tutorials. I've been watching a lot of GameDev TV. Shout out to them. They're a really good resource. If you want to learn Unreal, go check them out because they have really good stuff. So I've been refreshing myself on the basics of the engine, and I feel like I'm not good at all. But I feel like I know enough now that I can get started and figure the rest out along the way. The question now is, what do I try and make? And I think I want to try and make a game that I would be excited to play. I figure if I'm excited to play it, that will make me excited to make it. That's the thinking. The games that I enjoy are they take on two very different kind of genres. I really enjoy action-adventure games. I love the Horizon Zero Dawn games. I played a lot of Borderlands 2. I like games where you shoot things and there's lots of explosions and flashy lights and big events happening on the screen. But I also really like very cerebral, slow games where you manage a lot of resources. Games like Factorio and Satisfactory. I love a game where you put down a big mining drill and it drills a bunch of resources and then you ship those resources off on a conveyor belt. That's like a fantastic game mechanic in my view, and I love seeing that in games. So I've been thinking a bit about is there a way to bridge these two different types of games and make the dream game for me, which is a game where you get to shoot loads of things and move things around on conveyor belts. And so I'm going to try and make something like that. I don't know if it's going to work. And I suspect that I'll have to make compromises on both sides in order to put something together, and maybe it'll just be a horrible mess. But I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to learn some stuff along the way and see what I find out. So the first step is to try and build a prototype. When you ask for advice on making a game, everybody's advice is start by making a prototype and figure out if your game idea is fun. So that's what I'm going to do next, or first, I suppose. So I'm going to try and build a prototype which very crudely demonstrates the idea that I have, to test if it is fun to play, if there's anything actually to this idea, if it's too complicated, and also to get some hands-on experience of actually trying to make a thing in Unreal, get the experience of seeing how that works, seeing if I'm able to find what I need to find in order to figure out the problems that I'm going to have to figure out. And they will be myriad, and I don't know what it is that I don't know. I'm very much at the peak of Mount Stupid on the Dunning-Kruger competency graph. But I actually think that's probably a good place to be at this point. I think if I really knew how much I didn't know, I'd be too intimidated by how big and complicated and scary this all is, and a bit of confidence through ignorance is going to help get me through this first phase, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and make a prototype. We will see how that goes. I will try and report back when I either have built a prototype or I'm losing my mind because I can't build a prototype. But either way, the next video, there will have been progress on a prototype, and I will give you some updates on where I'm at with that.